My name's Lindsay Littleson, and I'm the author of 8 children's novels, including The Rewilders, The Titanic Detective Agency, Guardians of the Wild Unicorns, and my latest book, Eurospies. I was absolutely thrilled to hear that Guardians of the Wild Unicorns has been chosen as one of the books for Falkirk High School's Literacy Celebration event for Primary 7 pupils moving up to high school in August. Guardians of the Wild Unicorns is an adventure story in which fantasy and reality collide. Lewis is having a miserable time on his school residential trip in the Highlands of Scotland when he and his best friend Rona find themselves caught up in a dangerous adventure to save the world's last herd of wild unicorns. The novel treats the unicorns as endangered animals like rhinos and elephants, but there's a magical element too. My inspiration came from a newspaper article about the unicorn being Scotland's national animal. My first thought was, it's bizarre that Scotland has a mythical creature as a national animal. And my second thought was, what if unicorns weren't mythical? What if they were real? What if a herd of unicorns existed in the Scottish Highlands? What would be happening to them? What if they were being poached for their horns, as rhinos are in Africa, and brought to the brink of extinction? And what if 2 children on a Primary 7 residential trip found out about the herd and decided to try and save the last wild unicorns? So basically, Guardians of the Wild Unicorns emerged from a series of what if questions. For me, the most important part of story writing is to create relatable characters. They don't need to be immediately likeable, but readers should grow to care about what happens to them. Lewis is quite snappy and unhappy at the beginning of the story. The residential trip is not his idea of fun. He doesn't want to be forced to socialise or to take part in residential activities, outdoors. He'd far rather been left in peace to read a book or play a video game. But his encounter with a terrified unicorn changes everything. This is just a very short extract from chapter 1. The spinning rope was making Lewis feel dizzy. He was scared he might spew, so he prized his eyes open and focused on the horizon. Jagged mountains, a vast expanse of bleak moorland. And then he saw it. At first, it was a dark smudge, tracing a path across the moor, arcing like a shooting star across the sky. As it came nearer, he could see it was an animal, huge, broad-backed, long-legged. Lewis blinked, unable to believe his eyes. But when he blinked again, he could still see it. Across the moor galloped a huge, dark beast, a heavily muscled horse with a gleaming, rippling black mane. The animal reared up, its hooves cutting the sky, its silken tail streaming like a banner. Its spiralled horn glinted in the sun. Lewis blinked again, but the animal didn't vanish. He was still staring at a unicorn. In contrast, Rona has a tough, confident front. She specialises in non-stop chat and gallus Glaswegian humour. She keeps her insecurities and her family problems very much to herself, and readers only find out about the secret she's hiding later in the story. Both children, both Rona and Lewis, have to find their courage to do the right thing and try and save the unicorns from a terrible fate. In this very short section, Rona finally meets the captured herd. Rona peered through one of the slits, her curiosity to see unicorns overcoming her fear. It was like watching a flickering black and white movie. Inside the stockade, everything was monochrome, a moving blend of greys, whites, and jet black. Rona gulped and stepped back a little, overwhelmed by the impression of constant movement, of sharp horns, large beasts turning this way and that, too close for comfort, eyes rolling, lips curling in fear. Up close, the unicorn's pent up rage and terror was disturbing. There was nothing cute about the unicorns in that stockade. No rainbow manes, glittery eyelashes, or plaited tails. Rona could sense their hope of release, flickering like light through the bars. All these unicorns wished for was their freedom, to go home to their forest and to live in peace. So that was a little bit of information about Guardians of the Wild Unicorns. I'm really looking forward to visiting Falkirk High on the 13th of June. See you there for a very special celebration event.